I'm a Demon and I Need Your Help by lifeisstrangemetoo. I'm a monster. I don't mean in the sense that I'm a terrible person or anything like that. I mean it in the sense that I'm a monstrous hell creature that feeds off human fear and misery. You may be wondering why I'm writing this to you. It's because I need your help. I'll get to the specifics in a moment, but first I'd like to explain why I need your help at all. About 1600 years ago, some practitioners of black magic discovered an ancient Latin textbook and summoned me to this plane of existence to do their bidding. Only one of the warlocks, Adriel I think his name was, messed up the ritual so that I was no longer bound to do their will. Apparently, they wanted me to enact an apocalypse that would destroy the current world order and set them up as leaders. I decided that was a bit much, so I slaughtered them all instead. I might have enacted the apocalypse anyway, but Adriel's screw-up caused me to be summoned with only a tiny fraction of my power. Even so, I left Adriel alive, mostly because he seemed like a good lad. He went on to become a baker later on, if I recall correctly. I burned the summoning scroll and went back to my plane of existence, where I had been tormenting lost souls with my kids. However, it seems like I should have killed Adriel after all, because unbeknownst to me, he had transcribed the summoning ritual and bequeathed it to his children after he died. The scroll was lost for centuries, until one of Adriel's modern descendants discovered it in his great-grandfather's attic while preparing for an after-death estate sale. He decided to get it translated out of curiosity, and afterwards he decided that the contents would make a great creepypasta. He even included the original Latin incantation for flavor. This was a few years ago, when that fad of ritualistic stories had still been blooming. To my great surprise and distress, my summoning instructions became somewhat popular. At this point, I hadn't been to Earth in over 1,000 years, and I had been summoned by the most powerful dark wizards. Now every few days I was being whisked out of hell by some drunk teenagers shining lights up at their face in the bathroom trying to scare each other. You see, a long time ago, when literacy was exceptionally rare, my summoning ritual was extremely complicated. But in the days of blooming literacy, rates in Google Translate, it's become absurdly easy. Luckily for me though, Adriel didn't just fuck up when he summoned me. He fucked up when he transcribed the ritual as well, so that I'm not bound to anyone's will when I get summoned. This is a good thing, because drunk human teenagers usually ask me to do some pretty weird stuff. However, I still only get summoned with a tiny fraction of my full power, so I usually just terrify them to their very core before whisking back to hell so that they won't bother me again. That was until Lucy. Last month, some 6-year-old girl found my creepypasta summoning ritual and decided to try it out. By chance, she got the ending right. I suppose it was bound to happen eventually. It was only a small mistake that Adriel made in the transcription after all. The problem is that she's not actually evil in any sense of the word. She's managed to summon a demon capable of bringing about the apocalypse. She has me do things like materialize cotton candy and puppies out of thin air. Her parents are always flabbergasted when they arrive to pick her up from school and she's surrounded by at least 8 puppies. At this point, I don't even care about destroying humans and feasting on their souls anymore. I'd really just like to go back home. So I'm asking for your help. I need someone here to complete my banishing ritual so I can go back to hell and live in peace. It's actually quite simple. You just draw a pentagram on a mirror, light 7 candles and read the following words. Daemonum magister ab antiquo. Dono tibae mea corpus, gratia, liberabo vos, ego vivere invite vos intra corpus mea, ego immolo anima mea, nos vane humane creature, nos appetimus mortis et infernos producat in fine hominis. Amen. So if anyone could help me out, it would be greatly appreciated.